What's up, you guys? Your girl DREAGOLDEN back with another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about how a person is raised plays an important role in a relationship. I basically want to talk about how when you're getting to know a person in a relationship, like if you want to take somebody serious, you're gonna have to know deeper roots to them, not just on the surface. Like you have to know like how they were raised, and I feel like how you're raised plays a huge role on your life. Like for instance, like some guys have been raised in a way that they can't or don't know how to express their feelings. Like, you know how some guys, they're nonchalant, they don't know how to express their feelings. When you ask them like, how's your day, they just keep saying good or alright, I'm fine. They never tell you like anything that's really going on deep down inside. But when it's the other way around, you always are open to them and they're never open with you. It's okay to not be open, but like to a certain extent, if you're really gonna build with somebody, I feel like sooner or later they're gonna have to like express their feelings. Like you can't just be having that excuse like, oh, I'm fighting demons. Some guys be like, oh, I'm fighting, hold on, I got so much lip gloss on. They be like, I'm fighting demons, or I'm just going through something and I don't feel like a relationship is right. I mean, I don't think this is the time for a relationship or whatever. Some guys are really not ready for a relationship, but there's also some guys that will really use that as an excuse to like not be with you. Like some guys will say, oh, I'm fighting demons, I'm going through something, oh, right now is not the time to be in a relationship. Meanwhile, they're just saying that to you, but to another girl, they're like, oh, I see a future with us, I want to do this, that, and the third with you. And then a couple weeks later, they're together or whatever. I'm like, where was this energy when you was with me? Like, why couldn't you just say you wasn't ready for a relationship with me? Why couldn't you just say that instead of saying, oh, I'm fighting demons or whatever? But anyways, the whole purpose of this video is that how you're raised plays a huge role on your relationships. Okay, so another thing, for instance, the guy being nonchalant. Some of these guys have really been going through a lot of bull crap. Alright, I'm not gonna curse on here. YouTube be strict with the whole rules or whatever. So yeah, some guys be having mothers and fathers that don't nurture them or let them know that it's okay to cry, it's okay to express your feelings, it's okay to not be happy all the time. Like I feel like that's very important to tell your child. Some parents are not like that. Like for instance, when I don't want to talk about my situation, but some parents are like, nah, they don't give you an open door for you to like express your feelings to them, if that makes sense. Like some parents don't really know their child like that. They think they know their child, but their child has never came to them to talk to them about anything serious or what be going on in school. They keep everything held inside and never tell their parents anything. They just be like, I'm good. That's my situation, and I'm sure there's other people that's going through that too, or went through that, or have parents like that don't make them feel comfortable to talk to them about anything. Some parents say that they're like, oh, okay, you could just talk to me about anything, I'm here for you and all that. And then when you talk to them about something that you're going through, like say you're going through a breakup, they're like, oh, you have a boyfriend, you have a girlfriend, why you ain't telling me? Like some parents are just very contradicting. Like they will say, oh, you can talk to me about anything, and then when you mention something, they're like, oh, they just flip the script and just get so upset. Like, bro, I thought you said that I could speak to you about anything. Why are you so upset? That's a good example of how you're raised, because some guys would have a parent like that doesn't make them feel comfortable talking to them about anything. So when they get in a relationship and they're in a relationship with a serious person, a girl that's really serious about them, they don't know how to communicate. Like some guys really, it's not that they don't know how to communicate, it's that they never dealt with somebody that wants to communicate with them or wants to hear them out for once. Like, you know, that's what I learned in my last relationship. That was my most serious, not like marriage serious, but like serious relationship. Out of all the other trash ones that I had. I learned that from him. He didn't tell me, but like I learned like off of how he's moving. Like I don't just ignore a person's signs. Like I know, I could tell how people move. Like my intuition, I know how people move. I know how the way they act. Like I know they're going through something personally that they are not comfortable talking about. Because even me, like the way I act, like even I'm looking at myself in the mirror or whatever, I'll be like with a whole smile and laughing all the time. But like even the happiest looking people be the most broken people. Like you just never know what's going on deep down inside unless you open up and share your story or whatever. So yeah, some guys would take a while to open up, and then there's some guys that don't open up at all. Like years down the line, they still never open up. So you can't pressure a guy or a girl to open up to you. You have to make it known, like yes, let them know that you're there for them through whatever. No cheating. We is not being together with no cheating. Like we is not, that should be a deal breaker, but some guys do change after that, so I don't know. But I would say that where was I going with this? Yeah, don't pressure a guy or a girl to open up to you, because you never know how hard it is for them to open up and just reveal all the trauma that they're going to personally. That's what I learned, like not to pressure nobody to like open up. They're gonna open up on their own times, whether it takes months, weeks, days, possibly years, you never know. But if you're really down for that person, years wouldn't matter. Like if you want to build with that person, years is going to be involved of a whole lot. You can't just find the perfect person. Everybody goes through stuff. Everybody isn't always happy all the time. Everybody isn't always sad all the time or depressed. Like feelings are like temporary. Like pain is temporary. Yeah, I could say happiness is temporary, but like you have to make a commitment to want to be happy. Yeah, happiness could be temporary only if you make it temporary. Like you have to be committed to making yourself happy. You have to wake up every day and be like, yo, I need to stop being so sad and depressed. I need to just get my stuff together and stop being depressed all the time. Like life is too short. You can't be just sad all the time, depressed all the time. Yeah, you're going through stuff, but it's just temporary. Pain is temporary. You have to have that one down person in your life that makes you feel so comfortable to like reveal, you don't have to reveal everything, but like reveal your trauma in a way. And I noticed that with some people, like especially relationships, like if you find that right person, they're going to be not judgmental. If you open up to them, they're not going to be judgmental with you. They're going to be making you feel comfortable talking to them, like, and vice versa. They have to make you feel comfortable opening up too. And I'm all over the place, I'm so sorry. Communication is basically key, and not only communication but understanding. Like, because you could just be talking, but if people are not really listening to you and not understanding a word that you're saying, then whatever you're saying is just unnecessary. Like, just stop talking at that point. Like, and this goes for friendships too, but I'm talking about relationships in this video because that's what I mainly learned a lot from, I guess, in a way. Yeah, you learn a lot through solitude. Like, solitude is really key in life. You don't really have to have everybody around in your life 24/7, because how are you going to know the type of person that you are? You can't just base who you are based it upon other people's views of you. That, if you understand what I'm trying to say, like, you have to know yourself first, and the only way you could really know yourself is being alone, like going through solitude and just self-reflecting. If you want to build with somebody, you're gonna have to know all surfaces of them, not just appearance. Like, what I was talking about yesterday to myself, I was like, I don't really believe the whole love at first sight thing. How can you love somebody that you don't even know? Like, first you love their appearance, but you don't love them. Like, that's why I don't understand that whole love at first sight thing. Like, I can understand if you're like sitting down and getting to know them, then yeah, you could love a person like that, like getting to know them and y'all just click like that. But if you're just looking at somebody, how can you tell you're gonna be loving them years from now, or if this is the person that you're going to be building with or growing a whole family with, or like having a life partner basically? How can you tell all of that just by looking at somebody? when you first meet them. I don't understand that. So yeah, you have to like get to know that person through everything, like from childhood to teenage life and then adult life. If they don't remember everything, that's cool. You don't have to remember every single thing. You don't have to know every single thing that happened. But like, if somebody is not acting right in a relationship, you're gonna have to like ask questions like, why are you like this? Not just like, okay, you're upset of what I said or how I said something or whatever. Why are you like this? Like, if you see a continuing pattern of something, ask questions. And if that person isn't like willing to open up to you about why they have this continuing pattern of something that's not even good, you can have a good pattern, but like a bad pattern, like you're being nonchalant, you're being distant, you don't answer my calls, you don't answer my texts, you don't listen to me when I'm talking to you. All of that, I feel like those are signs to like, come on, don't push that under the rug. Like, speak up. Some people, I know there's some people that just let everything sweep under the rug. Like, no, if you're really serious about somebody, you can't just keep sweeping things under the rug. Like, you have to speak up about certain things. Like, if something is bothering you, speak up. Don't just be like, they probably just going through something, I'm just leaving it alone. You don't know until you ask. And even if they're not ready to like let you know that they're going through childhood trauma or whatever, it's okay. You don't have to force it out of them. If you're really ready to like build with this person, then just, I don't know, you just have to step away and just be like, okay, what can we do to solve this? I know you're not ready to like open up about whatever you're going through now, but like, I'm here for you whenever you're ready, and I'm not gonna leave you. I know there's probably people that probably said they're gonna stay and then they leave and break your heart or whatever, but I'm not that type of person. And like, you just have to let people know, like, communication is key. Like, let them know, let your pride down and just be like, bro, if we're working to build here, if you're serious about me and I'm serious about you, then I'm going to stay and I'm going to work through this with you. I'm not going to let you suffer alone. Okay? When you're in a relationship, you can't just let that person suffer alone. There's no purpose there of y'all being together. Like, what's the purpose of being in a relationship if you can't even come and talk to your partner about anything, or come talk to your partner and be like, yo, I'm going through something, and you just gonna sit back and let your partner suffer? Like, no. If you could help out in any type of way, help out. That's your man at the end of the day. That's your woman at the end of the day. Someone that you consider your life partner, you want to have kids with, you want to marry, you want to live your whole life with them. So you can't just give up on somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, communication and understanding is key in a relationship, because if they're not understanding a word that you're saying, then there's no purpose of even being together. The relationship is going to be stagnant. It's not going nowhere if there's no communication or understanding. But I feel like you would only communicate, like have strong communication and understanding with somebody if you're really serious about them. Because if someone is not serious about you, it's going to be hard for them to communicate. They're going to keep making excuses to communicate and to understand you. They're never going to even try to even understand what you're saying. And they're just going to treat you like you're not even there. Like, if you're talking to them, they're going to act like you're not even there. Like, They're going to have either so much pride, or they're just simply not serious about you. Like, just go away, get away from that relationship, and just find somebody that's really willing to communicate with you and understand you. And then everything else after that, like loyalty, they're loyal to you. They actually, I feel like all of that defines like love. Like, they're loyal to you. They're not only loyal to you, but they are really serious with communication. They're gonna be like, okay, we're not going to bed upset here. We're going to solve this problem. I was about to curse. We're gonna have to solve this right now. And if you don't want to talk to me right now, okay, cool, we talk tomorrow or the next day. Like, we're not losing no communication here, okay? A woman or man that's serious about you is gonna be like, bro, we gotta communicate. Like, I can't stand to lose you. We have to communicate. We have to understand each other. We're not going to just give up on each other and break up. Like, breakups are just, some relationships, okay, they deserve breakups, but a real serious relationship, I feel like a breakup shouldn't even be a thought. Like, if you guys are serious about each other and like wanna live the rest of your life with each other, I feel like a breakup should even be in the picture. Like, y'all can have space, not breaks, because breaks, y'all be cheating on breaks. Like, well, not cheating, but like technically it is, because y'all be using breaks as, some people be using breaks as a way to deal with somebody else, and then it don't work out, and then boom, get back with me. Like, no, stay over there with your new girl or your new man, okay? Like, just because we're on a break and it didn't work out on your little break with somebody else, you try to find a replacement and didn't work, doesn't mean you gotta come back and be like, oh, I'm sorry, forget me and all of that, I'm sorry, it was a break, I wasn't cheating, it's a break. Like, they always want to say that it wasn't cheating because it was a break. Like, we can't just break up and then get back together. It's either we're together forever or never. Like, that's why I'm very picky with who I cuff. Like, I'm not just gonna call anybody my boyfriend. Like, when I call you're my boyfriend, I'm serious. Like, not serious. Well, I don't feel like anybody's that serious in the beginning because you don't really know that person. So yeah, I would say I'm not gonna put a title on something if I don't see a future with you. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if I see a future with you, then I'm going to call you my boyfriend. That makes sense. So I see why some guys be like, oh, let's just vibe or whatever. But some guys, they just use that as an excuse to like be messing with other girls, and then it don't work out with them, so they want to hop right back with you. Like, no, it don't work like that. Like, now you want to cuff me now you ready to be in a relationship when you was doing you on the side, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place in this video. I'm just talking from the top of my head. This is what I be thinking about sometimes. This is not the only thing I be thinking about, but this is a good topic to talk about. All of this is what I'm saying. Like, there's so many different type of topics in this conversation I'm talking about, but oh well, I hope you guys learned from everything that I was saying that communication and understanding is key in a relationship. If you're really serious about somebody, you first have to get to know that person, whether it's calling on the phone, because you don't really know a person through the phone. Like, you have to at least spend time with them. If you guys can make time for each other, go ahead and make some time with each other, because you don't really know a person through text or through phone call, unless it's like FaceTime, I guess, because you're kind of seeing them, but you're not really seeing them in a way. But through a phone, you don't really know a person. Like, I feel like hanging out with them and living with them, spending so much time with them, you really get to know them, and asking about personal stuff if they're ready, because you can't just up and like ask them like, oh, how was you raised or whatever. Like, because sometimes it's a touchy subject. Like, some people are probably like abused. You just never know what people are going through or went through in their childhood. So you can't just up and freely just ask anybody that, or the person that you're with. You have to like actually get to know them, but leave that for like last in a way. If you guys have like already something established, like a strong communication, strong understanding, strong bond, strong relationship, then okay, you can ask questions that are like personal. But if y'all don't have anything stable, then I feel like you shouldn't be asking. Sorry, the camera cut off. But I feel like if you guys have a stabilized relationship, great communication, great bond, great respect, great understanding, then I feel like one day they're gonna open up or be free to ask them certain things. But if they make it seem like they aren't ready to talk about it, then just be fine with that. Like, don't be pressured enough to speak on it. Like, if they don't want to speak on it, cool. If they're really serious about you, they're gonna speak on it years down the line, months down the line, weeks down the line, days down the line, etc. Like, don't pressure nobody to like reveal the real them, like, if that makes sense. Nobody really knows a person until they ask like how they was raised, because how you're raised plays a big part. Because say you came from a broken household and you either come out as raising your family as the opposite, or having failed relationships, failed friendships, failed everything. Like everything is just going wrong. Like you're going in jail and you're just having a very troubled life, then I feel like you probably wasn't raised right. Or I don't know, some people have been raised right and then still come out bad. So I don't know, it just depends on your mentality and who you hanging out with. Like people around you really could like affect how you move in life. Like mindset, you have to hang around the right people to like pour some knowledge into your head, not just from school, because sometimes school you don't get too much information. Like you just get in book information, you're not getting street knowledge. And the only way you can learn street knowledge is from people who have experienced a lot. Like people like say your parents, say your cousins, say your any older adult, elderly in your life, or older adult, whatever, should drop some knowledge into your life, because you're not gonna learn these in books, like, or in school. These teachers not gonna tell you the real. You have to learn the real from the street or whatever. I don't know, but just like people in jail, like they're gonna tell you some knowledge that you don't even think of, you never even thought of. Like, wow, this is what you went through, and then you're on the street or you're in prison or whatever. I don't know what else to say in this video. Like I feel like I'm just been rambling all throughout this video. Like I'm just all over the place. I'm sorry y'all, but I hope I taught y'all a lot about relationships and how people are raised affects how they are as a person. Like some parents don't realize that how they raise their kids is going to give them like an identity in their life. Like if that makes sense. Like how you raise them, they're either gonna continue on that cycle or they're gonna break that cycle. And most likely if they break that cycle, hopefully they broke it because the cycle was toxic. And if they continue on that toxic cycle, then they're just gonna have failed relationships, they're just gonna have failed friendships, it's gonna have a failed family, like a broken family, and etc. Everything's just gonna go bad. Not everything, but their relationships and everything is just gonna fail if they don't break the cycle. And that's what some parents don't realize. They feel like you have to raise your voice at your kids, or you have to beat your kids. I feel like you don't have to beat your kids. Like if you beat them, they still gonna be bad. Beating them is not gonna turn a child good. Like I don't understand like how some parents think that, oh, since they were beaten, they have to beat their kids. Like, bro, break the cycle. Just because you was slapped in school from the teachers and you were yelled at by your parents and your parents didn't let you do anything, or all of that, like break the cycle. I feel like your kids is gonna have resentment towards y'all because y'all not breaking the cycle. Y'all gonna keep having this cycle. For me, I'm breaking the cycle, definitely. I'm not gonna be so hard. Well, of course I'm gonna be hard on my child in school, but like not to the point where they're like feeling dumb for failing their class. Like I don't want my child to feel dumb for failing. Like it happens. Failing is normal. Like some parents feel like failing is not normal. Like they expect you to just have A's and B's straight throughout your whole entire education. I feel like the only reason why they would want you to be like that is because they want to brag about you, like to people. Because you know, some parents love to brag about their kids. I understand you want to be a proud parent or whatever, but like if your child gets a C plus or whatever, if it's not anything like a B or A, that's normal. Still brag about your child. Like still be proud. Like I don't understand like why some parents is like that. Like be proud of your child regardless. Even if they fail, I'm still proud of you because you tried. Like raise the kids right. Alright? Break the cycle. If it's a toxic cycle, break it. Because you're just gonna have failed relationships, especially a failed relationship with your child. Like, okay, some kids might be like, oh, I'm so glad my parents were strict with me because I'm not selling drugs, I'm not doing this, that, and the third, I'm not in jail or whatever. I get that, because I've never been in jail or prison or done anything bad or whatever. I get that. I thank my parent for that, okay? But some parents are still hard, like way too hard, to the point where they don't let your child do whatever they want. They don't want their child to date. They don't want their child to get anything less than an A or B. They don't want their child to live, like, in general. Like, why are you yelling at your child at 20? That's not even a child no more. That's not a grown woman, but like, she's not a child, or he's not a child. Talk to your kids like you would talk to your boss. Like, talk to your kids like an adult. Like, stop talking to your kids like just yelling at them and being so like negative. Like, bring all that negative energy like once you come home. Oh, why the dishes like this, or why the TV on, or like, some parents be just picking anything to like talk about. Like, you had a bad day or something, somebody gets you tired at work, why are you so upset at me? Like, you can't just come home and say hi? Like, I really hate that. Like, not annoying. Okay, that's the end of this video. I'm just such a talker. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys learned a lot from me. I hope you guys leave a comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, so whenever I post a video you will know, and make sure you stay tuned for more, and share this video.